Hello everyone. It's James again. Thank you all for watching my content. There is lots more to come. And I appreciate all of your support, love and help. You all are so amazing. And for the new subscribers, welcome on in. Thank you for giving this little cartoon man with a funny voice a bit of your time. Today I wanted to make a video about something important. And what's interesting is, one of the subscribers yesterday made a comment about how for the narcissists it's what's in it for them. And right as that comment was being made, I was watching a news clip that surrounds around that topic of what's in it for them. Amongst a great many of the traits we know about narcissists. But as I told this wonderful subscriber, I was in the process of making a video on this topic. And here it is. And hey, this proves something very important. A great many of us are thinking alike about a great many things. Not everything, of course, but surrounding our abuse and what is happening to others. And the reason why is, these narcissists around the world, I mean this is worldwide, these narcissists seem to be reading off of the same darn script. It seems like the same playbook is used over and over and over again. And you will see what I'm talking about in this news story out of New York that just happened. And I will leave a link for the actual news story below that you can click on and you can hear in this victim's own words. And when or if you do, you will be likely shaking your head much like I was. Because the evil of these narcissists knows no bounds. But what's interesting is, this news story actually taught me something or made me think about something I hadn't thought about before. And once we get to that part of the story, I will let you know. So here we go. This nice woman Margie Allen of New York, who is 81 years old, or 81 years young, depending on how you want to see it. Well, about a year or more ago, her nephew and his girlfriend went to live with her. And it was under the guise of so-called wanting to help out with bills and likely to help make sure Miss Allen was taken care of. But from what you can see in the video, Miss Allen is mobile and seems to be able to get around okay. I'm sure she needs some help. But she seems to be able to move around and walk with some assistance. But she's not bedridden or anything. Well, it turns out about a year into this arrangement, they meaning the nephew and his girlfriend stopped paying rent. Now this part isn't clear. But I think Miss Allen owns her apartment unit. And there is a reason why I think that. And it will become clear in a moment. But if she does, this apartment is likely worth a lot of money. So for those of my subscribers that aren't from the United States, any housing of any kind in the New York area, especially in the main cities, are super expensive. And if she does own this apartment, she might have gotten it many years ago, when the prices were a lot more affordable. And now it's likely worth a lot of money. Possibly nearing $1 million. And that's not a joke. A small apartment or home in such a place could be worth a lot in such an area. Well, what did the nephew and his girlfriend do? They dropped their mask and stopped helping Miss Allen. Stopped paying rent. Started to become verbally abusive towards her. And they started to leave clutter around the home. Big clutter to make it difficult for Miss Allen to get around her own apartment. And this is what made me think about my hoarder narcissist mother. Now, not every hoarder is a narcissist. But narcissism and hoarding is not an uncommon comorbidity. I've talked to tons of narcissistic abuse victims and their mother or father that was the main narcissist in their life. Not all of them, but a great many of them were hoarders. And here's where it all makes sense. It was said in this news story they made this clutter happen because they wanted to trap Miss Allen into a small space of the apartment so she would have a hard time getting around. Now, though some of narcissist parents that had this problem did have it likely because of OCD, I think the indirect or possibly even direct reason for having clutter all over our homes was likely for the same reason. It was done to trap us. Now in this case they wanted to trap Miss Allen temporarily. And you will understand why in a moment. But in our cases growing up, our parents wanted to trap us permanently. Miss Allen was trapped so badly. She had to use the restroom in a bucket. And guess why these evil beings were doing all of this to her? They were trying to smear Miss Allen's name and claim she was crazy and have her sent to a mental hospital. You just can't make this stuff up. As a great many of us were told since we were little, that our narcissist parent or parents were going to send us to a mental hospital. I told my mother I didn't want to live at home anymore and I wanted to be emancipated. My mother said that if that happens I will go to a home for crazy people and they will pump me full of drugs all day long. For a great many of us growing up this was something that was often told to us to scare us. And sadly some might have been sent to such places. Well, in this case, the police showed up at Miss Allen's home. Due to I think some arguing going on. And after they figured out what was happening, they arrested her nephew and his girlfriend. That's when they broke the news to her. They said, Miss Allen, they are trying to have you committed into a mental hospital so they can have you removed from your apartment so they can take it over. You see, I think these evil beings moved in, playing nice, because they thought to themselves, heck, she's 81. Likely thinking she might not be on the earth soon. And if they play their cards right, she will leave to them her apartment and they will be on easy street. But here's the reality. People are living longer these days. And Miss Allen doesn't look like she's going anywhere anytime soon, God willing. So I think these evil beings got frustrated. Because that's what evil beings do. And so their mask came off and they went to their next plan. And that was to make her look crazy. And likely before the verbal abuse started to happen and before they stopped paying rent and all of the clutter started to happen, they likely were already smearing her name. Telling everyone that would listen how much they have to help her and how she doesn't know where she's at anymore and that they think she's getting dementia and all kinds of other lies that you can think they might have told. And why would they do such a thing? Because narcissists and other toxic evil beings seem to be using the same playbook, and from time to time, they will use the exact same wording as another narcissist in a completely different country. This is one of the many reasons why I and others believe this is spiritual and demonic in nature. Because the Bible tells us we aren't wrestling or having problems with people per se. But we are having problems or wrestling with the evil spirits that are within them. But as one of my subscribers put it so well, what's in it for me is what the narcissist is thinking. They thought they were going to steal this woman's apartment and throw her away like a piece of garbage in some mental hospital. Again, you can't make this stuff up. You just can't. This is why boundaries are important. And sadly this is why people are having a hard time trusting people. But it appears that this hasn't completely broken Miss Allen's spirit and the ability to have healthy trust. She reached out to some organization that is helping her out and making sure she's okay. But even then, I'm sure she's being a bit more careful. Boundaries are important. They are really important. Well, that's all I have for today. I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.